we're going to spice up your Instagram for your boring business. Hey everybody, I'm Jenn Herman, in for the wonderful Desiree Martinez, who unfortunately has been rendered voiceless. So she has called on me, one of the few people who can probably talk as fast and as long as she can. Just kidding. But I'm excited to be here, and I'm here to remind you as well to subscribe to Desiree's channel if you want to get lots of tips and updates to grow your business and use social media more effectively. So tonight, boring business owners, we are here to talk about how to make your Instagram account not boring. Now, I want to ask you a question. If you could think of the most boring business out there, what would it be? Here's a hint, the TSA. Okay, TSA, like the people literally who scan you when you go through the airport. What could be more boring? Nobody likes them, nobody wants to be dealing with them, and they have got to have the most boring job, right? Okay, no joke, you're gonna go to Instagram and look for @TSA. It is the best Instagram account. I love it. I use it in examples all the time, you guys. It's amazing. They use humor, they use education, they actually help people and answer questions, but it's a really fun account for a really, really boring business. So trust me when I tell you that anybody can use Instagram. You just have to think about it maybe a little outside the box when it comes to your boring business. So the TSA can do it. I'm telling you, anybody can do it. And you better be looking up TSA right now on Instagram. I'm telling you, you're going to want to follow them. So why are they unique and why are they good? Well, first of all, I said they use humor. So they include these really fun captions. One of my favorite ones is a saw. It's literally a picture of a saw, and it says, if you see something, say something, but don't saw something, that may end you up in jail. So it's like, it's this really funny kind of play on words. They have all these really fun interactions, but then they go educational as well. They have dogs in the TSA, so they do features on their dogs that do all the, the bomb sniffing dogs and all the, drug sniffing dogs and all the dogs that work for TSA. They do features on those. So they're showcasing the dogs. And let's face it, dogs do well on Instagram. So they do all these different things, but it's a really good, fun account. So what can you do? How can you make your business maybe a little more exciting on Instagram? There's lots of different ways. One is to focus on the education. If you are a brand that does something maybe B2B, you can really pull in on an educational component, but make it an entertaining side of education. So for example, I love CBRE, which is a commercial realty company @CBRE on Instagram. And you can go check them out, and they actually do these beautiful landscape shots and beautiful photography of cities around the world, and they teach about it from an educational perspective. They're not talking about realty, they're not talking about the space they have for sale or all the buildings that they're working on. They do it from an educational capacity, and it's really fun and beautiful photos. So it ties in to their business, but it's not all their business is about, because that would be boring. So they found a really fun way to do it. Another example would be General Electric. Yes, General Electric. What could be fun and exciting about building wind turbines and solar things and jet engines and all these things? It's kind of boring, unless you're really totally into that in space, in which case you could totally geek out on it. But for the average person, it's probably pretty boring. General Electric actually has a really good Instagram account as well. They do a lot of education. They teach about the different components, about how these things are built. They go back to the very beginning components. They actually highlight their employees who work at different factories and different locations around the world. And they really tie in, again, to that educational component. Another thing you could do is look at entertainment. One of my favorite accounts, and it's not specifically Instagram related, but one of my favorite accounts for entertainment is Charmin. I'm not even joking. Charmin. Toilet paper, people. Toilet paper. And they're one of the funniest accounts on social media in general, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, that sort of thing. But they are great at social media and doing an entertainment value. They do a lot of spoofs and play on words and puns and all these kind of fun things. They pick up on trending topics and they make it fun. People are on Instagram because it's fun. They don't want to be bored. So you want to find ways you can create fun content. This could come in a variety of different ways. If you have a mascot for your business, Your mascot could be your fun factor. You could do a day in the life of, and you could have, find like a Waldo type situation where your mascot, where are they? Talk about, the different things that they're doing as part of your business. So if you can find ways to tie in that fun factor, you're going to get more engagement. To be clear, you can do education, you can do fun, you can mix in all these different components, but it does have to be relevant to your business in some way. We don't just start posting a bunch of cat memes and, kids singing video type things just because they perform well on social media. No, that's not what we want you to do. We still want you to create content that's unique to your business, unique to your brand, that ties into what you do. But find that fun factor in your business. Find that type of content that you can bring out that educational component. Look at some different ways that you can think outside the box from what your competitors are doing and think about what your audience wants. Not what you want. Not what you want your audience to know, but what does your audience want? Why are they on Instagram? What are they doing? What are they looking for? Where are they hanging out? What are their hobbies? What are their interests? Do they have families, kids, pets, all these sorts of things? Once you know what your audience wants, you can find ways to create content around that. That's also going to tie into the type of content you want. Do they want videos? Do they want photos? Do they want regular Instagram feed? Do they want Instagram stories? You need to know what your audience is doing, how they're interacting, and then you can create the content that appeals to them the most. All right, you guys, that's your quick short tips on how to make your boring business fun on Instagram. As always, make sure you're subscribing to Desiree's channel. You can check me out. I'm at Jenn's Trends, at JENNS_trends on Instagram and on Twitter. Hit me up and say hi.